Well, folks, here again for the weekly forecast. During this last week, we had two systems that impacted the Central Plains. The first one that came out late Monday and carried on through Tuesday brought light snowfall to eastern Nebraska with some moderate accumulations around the Omaha area and points across western Nebraska or western Iowa. And then as we got into Thursday, we've seen yet another system eject out of the southwestern United States and clip southeastern and south central Nebraska. And we had localized reports of 4 to 8 inches right along the Kansas-Nebraska border. And that system is the one that, as it moved eastward, strengthened and resulted in the blizzard activity that we're seeing ongoing in the mid-Atlantic states on the eastern seaboard. As we go through this next week, we do have one system that looks like it's going to definitely work into our region as we get to the latter half of the week and early part of next week, with a general warming trend and the potential as we go to the end of the month for a very significant system working its way in from the southwestern United States into the central and southern plains that may develop some exceptional snowfall in some locations of the Central Plains. So let's take a look at the upper air model. Here is the activity on the west or the eastern United States, the blizzard that's ongoing in the mid-Atlantic states, and as slowly as this upper air low pulls off, we will see the precipitation come to an end either late this afternoon, evening, or early tomorrow morning. But as that system moves eastward, we'll start to see this high pressure system itself expand eastward, and that means for this weekend we should say pretty nice and sunny for the better part of the weekend for most of the Central Plains. Looking at above normal temperatures, everybody should get above freezing, and we might actually see some isolated 50-degree readings might actually make it in to extreme south central Nebraska. But more important, as we take our attention to the west, we have this storm system that's going to work its way eastward during the weekend, and by tomorrow we're going to notice it's going to start to impact the southern plains, and some of that moisture will start feeding up late in the day into the panhandle. And as this system progresses toward the east, we will see our precipitation chances increase, and both of these waves, both the northern stream and the southern stream, as they pass east in Nebraska, will merge to a pretty significant storm that once again will make its way to the eastern seaboard. So by the time we get to Monday, we can start to see that the system is getting its act together. We'll see the heaviest precipitation to our east, but we are expecting here, at least in Nebraska, the best chances for accumulating snowfall over north central northeast Nebraska, with lighter amounts as you move toward the south. As we get into Tuesday, of course, the system strengthens as it moves eastward. We got one little piece of wave on the back side of it, but it looks like it's going to impact more of eastern Colorado and points toward the south. And as we get into Wednesday, all of these start to pass toward the eastern United States, and we have one additional wave moving on the backside that will quickly move toward the south, bringing in a little shot of precipitation late Wednesday into Thursday, and then it's all sunny after that. Here comes that system Thursday, already moved down to the Texas Panhandle, and as we get into Friday, the ridge builds back in, a substantial warm-up at least through the end of the month, but this trough to the western United States looks like it's going to start moving into our region as we get into the first or the second and develop a pretty significant event across the Central Plains. So as we look at the 8 to 14 day forecast, we're looking at that warmth to start to move toward the east, and in terms of precipitation, the models have a pretty good handle on successive storm systems moving across the country. So it looks like everybody at the end of the month and into the first week of February will see very wet conditions from the west all the way toward the east.